Welcome to the JS Arms Hi Point Picatinny rail installation video. We have 4 rails to choose from. We have 2 for the 40-95, 45-95, and 10 millimeter. We have a 15.25 and we have an 11.25. Then we have for the 38-95 and the 995, we have 14.25 and 11.25. You have 4 rails to choose from. These 2 are 1/2 inch thick. These 2 are 3/8 of an inch thick. Everyone comes with a little packet. Today we're going to be installing a nice long rail for the 995. Inside the packet, you'll get 4 little screws. You'll get one of these, which is a flat on one side. It's a nut and a screw, and we're going to use that to replace the lever here. So let's get started. For some simplicity's sake, I've actually removed some parts. We'll get to that in a minute. You take this piece off. Obviously, you want your gun to be safe. There's no gun in here, so it's completely safe. In this particular case, we want to take a screwdriver and a hammer and just knock that pin right there loose. Then we want to grab the pin, pull it out. When you pull out the pin, the lever comes off. A little doodad comes off, and then this comes out, and now we have a completely clean foregrip. Then we take off our shroud. Obviously I pulled the pins and I pulled the screws, but we'd want to take our rail off, our poly rail, and our Golden Gate bridge sight. Set your screws aside. You shouldn't need any of them, but if you do, you have them. This size screw that comes with the 1/2 inch rail, there's 3 other screws that come from Hi Point that are exact same size. In case you screw one of these up or lose one, you've got extras. So what we want to do now is we want to put this rail on top. Drop your screws in. Flip it over for a second. This piece comes from Hi Point. If you don't have it, you don't need it, but if you do want it, you can call Hi Point, they'll send you one if you don't have it anymore, somebody's lost it. And then your end plate, which has got the threading in it to screw these screws in. And I am having some difficulty with this one. Alright, there we go. Get your Allen wrench. Get those started. There we go. Don't get it too tight. Just a little bit loose is fine. We want to be able to possibly move the rail back and forth if we need to adjust in case there's a little bit of tightness on this hole, because that is what holds this foregrip on instead of our lever now. And we put this one in. When you tighten these all the way through, you'll notice that they stick through quite a bit. Don't worry about that. They don't stick down enough to go past this point, and there's plenty of play in there for the receiver to not hit any of those screws. So you should not have a problem at all with your receiver, or your slide, excuse me, inside the receiver shroud hitting any of these screws. Okay, now we've got the rail on top. We'll set that aside for a second. We've got our foregrip here. We need to insert this. We take our flat side to our flat side, and we screw it in this way. Line it up, flat to flat. Drive it in. It's going to be tough the very first time you do this. This is actually my 3rd or 4th take, so it's a little easier for me. But you do have to kind of pound it like you mean it, and you want to hold it with a pair of pliers so you don't smack your fingers, because I got one that's throbbing right now because of that. Unscrew that. Now we can take this, get it under, get that tail piece underneath right there. Why am I hitting? What am I hitting? There we go. Get the tail piece underneath there. Lift this up just a little bit. Get that on. Drop down. Come on. And now it's nice and tight. We've got a little bit of play on the top here for screw. We can get our screw here. If you need to, you can always tap it one way or the other. In this particular case, this was just a, see, and then the screw should go down. There is a nylon thread protector lock thing in that nut, and the first time you screw it on, it's going to be kind of tight. And the reason it's there is because once you get this tight, shooting vibrations will not back that out, and that'll keep this from coming loose while you're shooting your gun. Then now you can tighten down your screws, all 4 of them, nice and tight. When they're nice and tight and your rail doesn't move, you can throw your flip-ups on. You can throw your red dot on or your scope. Just remember, always be safe, treat every gun like it's loaded, and enjoy my products, JS Arms. Also join my Facebook group. If you go to my website, jsarms.yolasite.com, there's links to my MeWe group, my Facebook group, and to my YouTube page. Also, there's a comment section. If you have some questions or comments, please don't hesitate to get hold of me. I always answer questions on email and on my text messaging, where my phone number is also listed on my site. Have a great day, stay safe, enjoy the products.